get those type of characters down.
Yep. All right. Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Archangel,
TK.
Cmech 54.
and this is our podcast for the day. And hopefully we can do another one soon. But until then, we're just gonna shoot the shit for the most part. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be sure to cut some of this out to make it more interesting.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so today's topic is, like I said, shooting the shit. So we just saw Venom, and does anyone have any thoughts? Anything at all?
I really like this version of Venom. I very much enjoy it. I think not completely evil, but still a grade A asshole.
Yes.
But like the good kind of asshole.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Venom, even as a kid watching the cartoons, Venom was always a preferred character. Like Spider-Man in the black suit, and then Venom himself, and I still think Eddie Brock's the best version of it. And I said the other Venoms that come along just never really gripped me. I know Agent Venom's a pretty cool character right now, but
Isn't that Anti-Venom as well?
well, Anti-Venom's one of his, or is it Anti-Venom or Antitoxin?
I think it might be maybe both.
I think there was both, because wasn't there also a toxin?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because and isn't it usually, and haven't most of them been because Venom reproduced asexually?
They're all his spawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Carnage, Antitoxin,
Yes.
or Anti-Venom, whatever.
Anti-Venom, who knows?
I
Yeah.
feel like I've heard antitoxin before too.
I think I did too. But yeah, it's just either way, make good stories. That's all that matters, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
Although this is one of the things I love about, especially the Marvel universe, is just the sheer diversity from the different people who do it, just the different ways that it plays out, and just the different versions of the character that come out, and the differing personalities, while still most of the time staying true to the character.
Yeah, they normally do. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the cinematic universe we have now has been great. I mean, very few things have happened that, in my own nerd sensibilities maybe go, okay, that's not right. But they're very, very small changes, or just the fact that they couldn't get certain characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. With this new Spider-Man movie coming out, Far From Home, they said the multiverse is involved with this. Now I'm still behind on Marvel Cinematic Universe up until Captain Marvel, and then Endgame, and then Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm real behind. But I'm not a fan of the multiverse. It just
I'm farther behind, but I do know what they're referring to. Fishbowl guy, I don't remember what his name is.
Mysterio?
Yes, Mysterio. The first time I ever saw Mysterio was way back when, with one of the animated cartoons, not the old one, but like the one that came around probably late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was like a number of people. It was Mysterio, there was Madam Web, there were a few other people, and that was the first time I ever saw him. And from what I vaguely remember, there was stuff dealing with multiverse in there.
Yeah.
There was also a thing about the Thing being able to actually turn his rock form on and off.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
No, neither do I. But then again, I don't really remember.
I didn't actually get to see most of the episodes in that little arc, but whatever.
Yeah.
I also just wouldn't have paid much attention because I was like I was like 9.
Yeah, I think we were all around that age, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I remember. So it actually kind of makes sense. I think multiverse is isn't multiverse generally part of Mysterio's thing?
I never really dug up on the character, but I'm gonna assume so.
What is he? Is he magic? Is he another magic?
He's more of an illusionist.
Yeah.
But he does deal with magic. Just a very differing field from Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like a very specific niche.
Yes. Yeah.
As opposed to and vastly different from Doctor Strange.
Yes, very different, yeah. I mean, you know what they say, magic's just a science that yet to be discovered.
Yeah. And then you got the bullshit that Doctor Strange pulls off.
That is true.
I really enjoy that fractal realm they go into when they were fighting. That's fun.
Oh yeah, that was very fun. Yeah. But,
I think they should. I would love to see them do I would love to see an MC Escher room somewhere.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, I once saw that. It was called the Escher Vault. It was in Warehouse 13, a show by Sci-Fi.
Yeah, I remember that show. My mom used to love that.
So good, and
Yes.
They had various places where they kept certain things. The Black Vault was where they kept all the super, super dangerous stuff, and then they had, I think they had particularly sensitive stuff or some in the Escher Vault. I don't entirely remember exactly what, but the Escher Vault was another thing, and you had to wear a special pair of glasses, otherwise you would get lost and basically just wander around forever.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, Warehouse 13 was pretty fun. Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, that was Warehouse 13 and Eureka were my two
Eureka.
things.
Those were that's sparkling water.
I just realized.
Yeah.
Well, I opened it.
I'll take.
No, that's fine. I'll drink it. It's all good.
But yeah, so.
Yeah.
I need to see so much more than you. I need to see Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok.
You got to see Ragnarok.
Oh,
I need to see. I need to see Ant-Man and Wasp. I need to see Endgame. I need to see Black Panther. I need to see Homecoming.
Yeah.
I need to see basically.
You're behind a lot more than me.
Basically everything after. I think most everything after Civil War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds alright.
Wait.
But yeah.
Was Ant-Man before or after Civil War?
Before, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, pretty much everything after Civil War. What did come after Civil War?
Black Panther or Far From Home or Homecoming? I think it was Homecoming.
Yeah, they came out generally around the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they covered the same time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, then everything, any movies after Civil War, I need to see. So,
yeah, this multiverse idea isn't a bad idea, but I'm not really a fan of it. It just depends on how they go with it. Like, for example, how the Flash from DC introduced it. Now, that was a stroke of genius. But
oh, you mean how he ended up going so fast that he ripped a hole between the multiverse?
Yes.
Yeah.
In season 2. Now
I remember that, and he ended up in Supergirl.
Yes. That was that. Don't get me wrong. That's a good.
He ended up. He ran that.
It just depends on how they network.
Not that way.
What were you saying?
I said he ended up in Supergirl. Get
Lucky.
your mind out of the gutter. What the fuck, mate?
Dude, I live in the gutter.
I'm no different.
We're all no different.
At least half of the fan fiction I read is smut. I will admit.
Well, what's the point of reading fan fiction if you're not reading it for smut?
Oh, but dude, I found a Naruto fan fiction that is amazing because not only it's not just plot with porn. It's not just plot with porn. They actually made the porn integral to the plot.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it is an actual, like, necessary part of the plot.
Yeah.
It's called Arrow Ninja. It has its own wiki.
Yeah.
You have got to look it up.
I apparently got to look this up.
It's called the author is called the Lemon Sage.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
And yes, it is an image of Jiraiya.
No.
Doing one of his things with the big round white eyes, going like.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's so great. I haven't gotten very far, but it's a very long story. 94 chapters, 96 chapters, like about 1 million words.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. And just so good, so interesting. It's such the way he did it is just so good.
So, on the topic of, like, ecchi type of things or anime or shows or things like that, do you feel like, because those are some of my favorite anime, such as High School DxD or Aesthetic of a Rogue Hero. I love those things.
Let's let's not forget Testament
Testament, Sister, New Devil.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I need to see. I do need to watch that one. That's one I haven't seen, but it is on my list. I will probably do that once. That'll probably be one of the ones I look up once I get a new computer, because mine has decided to crap out.
Dude, season 2, he drops a line that makes him the best harem character ever.
Amen.
He says, "All right, fine. Tonight I'm gonna satisfy each and every one of you."
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Yes, that was it was a good piece. It was a good. It was. A good
Oh
season.
my god, yeah. But that I think that's the anime I've watched the second most number of times.
Oh yeah.
And yes, it is borderline
Erotic.
hentai. Borderline.
Mine
But it's worth
is
it.
the one I've watched the most of is Gate.
I haven't watched Gate yet.
You need to watch Gate. Gate is amazing.
All right.
It's not overly ecchi. No, it doesn't really have many ecchi moments, but the way,
But it's
just
worth
the
the watch.
story. The story is amazing.
Yes.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It is 26 episodes of perfection.
That's good to know.
Maybe not perfection,
Yeah, let's
because
talk
nothing's
about
perfect, but
No.
it's definitely one of my personal favorite anime.
Yes. It's I'll put it on the list. You have my word.
It was when you were on your
Yeah, it was on Amazon.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, because Aesthetic of a Rogue Hero, Testament of the New Devil, they're written by the same guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
That's why it's kind of funny. That's why that dynamic of older brother protecting younger sister that's not really his sister is very prevalent in both.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah,
but far more
Yeah.
borderline hentai than
Yeah.
Aesthetic of a Rogue Hero.
Yeah.
Testament.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
hell yeah.
Aesthetic was pretty good.
Yeah.
It
Aesthetic
was good. Yeah.
I have seen Aesthetic of a Rogue Hero. I need to finish watching Asterisk Wars.
I haven't seen that one.
It's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Anyway, but yeah. If I may change the subject for a moment, we were just watching Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress before we were watching Venom, and I forgot to mention there is a 3-part sequel, Battle of Unato, and yeah, I have that, and it is really good, and it is. I don't know how to explain it. It sums up the 3 episodes sum it up pretty well.
Mm.
Not a lot of backstory, but there's enough backstory to get the current battle going. It's just it's just the thing I'm noticing about some of these Wit Studio animes is that, or at least mainly Cabaneri. I haven't seen any others from Wit Studio, but these stories don't go too much in depth, except for Attack on Titan. But then again, that's just Cabaneri. I don't really know about any others right now. But then again, when you think about it, anime doesn't really go too deep as it should. But
well, when you say in depth, like in what regard?
in just plot, and not plot, but more like backstory of the plot.
Lore.
Yes.
The lore.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it says a lot for any series that can just throw you in a world and you're in.
Yes.
I mean, you start learning
Plot
it as
or
you go along.
Plot or not.
Yes.
Or lore or not.
Yes.
Rather.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Take like Attack on Dragon for example. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the backstory, into the history, and it's basically like a in a nutshell. It's almost like the Silmarillion in a nutshell, but it's not the Silmarillion. It's just my history of the world.
Yeah.
I'm working on a similar thing with the universe that I have in my head, kind of like how Tolkien had Middle Earth in his.
Yeah.
I try, but with mine, it deals a lot with the deities.
Yes.
That are prevalent in it, because I decided to go the polytheistic route in regards to their religious belief system.
That's good.
And they have a wide range of deities.
Yeah. Yeah, the Attack on Dragon world is it's not really much of a universe, but then again, I haven't really done that much digging because I need to focus on this one world right now because I don't really need to focus on another. But yeah, it's pretty simple, really. I mean, like up until Bran the Worldsmith swings his hammer down, and then he starts making worlds and for his friend. But yeah, it's still the backstory it makes sense, and I actually showed it to Scott, the chef at where I work. He's a big Game of Thrones nerd, and he said when he read this bullet point timeline, he was thinking of this author by the name of James Missioner.
Okay.
Yeah, his books would always take at least a good chunk. Like he was a big detailed author, and a very good chunk of his books, like the first 600 or 1,000 pages maybe, was into the backstory, and then we start the story.
Dear Lord.
Oh, I know.
Sometimes those are good.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can get really old really fast. That's the fan fiction, novels, whatever you want. There is a very, very fine line that you have to walk when you do that. If you leave out too many details, then it just becomes. If you leave out too many details or put too many in, it gets boring. Just in different ways. With too few, and it's just there's nothing to really grab your attention. Too many, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many fan fictions I've read that end up as like at like 20,000 words a chapter, but with maybe 30% of it being actual dialogue.
Yes. I mean, there's some raw talent out there that could actually get some shit done. Like you said, there was this student making a Spawn movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Well, I mean, it was just a video, and this came out many years ago, but it's this great little short film on YouTube, and Spawn is on screen for probably less than 10 seconds, and he nails it. Just absolutely nails it.
And you said that people are like, screw Hollywood, give the project to this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, man, fuck whatever the next Spawn is. But if this guy ain't a part of it, I mean, it's like y'all missing out.
I know, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
I think he was from like Paris or something.
Really?
I mean, like, yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean,
well, the French have, they have great comics.
Oh yeah,
they make some of the best graphic novels and everything. Like the Elric and Melibene comics and stuff like that they're just great. The detail in it is great. The art is great.
Yeah, it's just raw talent, and anything like that can come from anywhere, and not just Hollywood. I mean, it's just it all matters who's got if you put the time into your talent, you'll make it. I mean, even if you don't get Hollywood, but let's be honest, these days does Hollywood even get anything good done?
Yes.
Okay, good.
On occasion.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, like if you mean original stuff, I mean, an argument can be made that very few original things are coming out, but now we have a new Chucky movie with Mark Hamill voicing Chucky, so yes.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
I'm never watching that. That's also why I hate people calling me Chucky.
Okay.
Is because of that fucking doll.
Yeah, let's not go there. I actually saw Brightburn a while ago, and
that looks creepy as fuck.
It really wasn't.
My sister tells me that she's watched like all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and says that they just progressively get funnier and funnier and funnier.
The first two are really horror movies.
Yeah.
The rest of them, they're kind of making fun of themselves at that point.
Okay.
And then I think like the last one they got a little serious again.
But was it like good making fun of themselves?
Well, I mean, it's corny, but it's also part of Freddy's character. I mean, if you've ever seen Freddy vs. Jason?
No, I need this. I should probably watch that one too.
Yeah, because those aren't scary movies, but it will give you exactly what those last few Nightmares on Elm Street movies are like.
Yeah.
But then again, sometimes corny is exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes the best movies are the bad ones. It's the fact that sometimes the movie is so bad that it's good. It's so bad that is exactly what makes it good. It's like Yes, it's that oxymoronic. It's an oxymoronic paradigm that occurs that has a specific butter zone that one sweet spot that if you nail it, you fucking nail it.
Yeah.
And it just turns into just an absolute shit show of humor and just horrible awesomeness.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I think my favorite quote unquote bad movie, and it's not by any means like through acting or anything. It's just so ridiculous. But it's on Funimation's app. But it's Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
And oh my god, dude, the thing
that sounds very itchy.
Well, it kind of is, but not really.
No.
But the thing that had me absolutely rolling in it. Now I'm half black. My father's a diversity trainer.
You are?
So yes, I am.
You don't look it.
Oh, I get it all the time.
Yeah.
But I usually get Mexican, Hawaiian, or some other shit.
I would say first thing I thought was Asian.
That's first.
Okay. Well, that's first for
I'll
everything.
take it. I can fit anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Although I can't actually see Hispanic.
Well,
Okay,
when my hair was short. Okay, yeah.
let's
anyway.
get-
No,
let's
I was more referring to like your facial structure.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the Vampire Girl.
But there's a scene in that, like, this is a live action movie trying so hard to be an anime.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That
Oh, no.
it is just
Oh, no.
amazing because one of the clubs that are in this school, what was it called? It was like,
The one with scissors?
well, no, not that one, but that one's good too.
Yeah.
But it was like basically it was like an African studies club
Oh god.
where
yeah.
all the girls who are Japanese
Yes.
are trying to be black.
Oh my gosh!
And
No.
So, but they
No.
have different stages of black. They have modern day black. Then they like their president is like in a 70s jumpsuit with a fro. They've gotten Botox injections. I mean, it's so offensive, but so damn funny because this is what they think black people are like. And in their mind, it's not offensive. They're trying to be this other culture. Yeah, that one.
Oh shit!
And
good. Oh my gosh!
and it is.
Oh good Lord!
It's too damn good. It's just too damn good. And they're not in the movie for a long period of time, but Jesus, it's hilarious.
So
And-
it's like, is it at all reminiscent of blackface?
Oh, very much
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Oh
Very much
gosh!
so.
Yeah.
Oh
But
no!
they take it to so much extreme. Like there's one girl that's just tanned, and they're like, no, you can't just be tanned. Like you gotta get that skin like dark. I mean, it was like everything has to be black. I mean, you gotta be chewing black gum. I mean, not black gum. You have to be chewing watermelon gum. You gotta be eating chicken every day. I mean, like they just. I mean, it's like all these stereotypes.
Okay, so they're talking about
And it's just
they're not
like-
talking about black. They're talking about ghetto black.
Well, not just that. Like I said, they're covering every aspect of it, but it's every stereotype they can get
Yeah.
into this club, and it's just it's too damn funny.
It's a
It really
complete
is.
shit show of hilarity.
because they
Yes.
don't know what they're talking about, and it's just like, oh my god, this is.
Is it one of those things where it makes you cringe and it almost causes physical pain, but you just can't stop fucking watching?
Well, especially
Yes.
if you're black.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Amen.
like that watching Orin High School Host Club. I had to keep pausing and going like, just like taking like the thinker pose and just going like,
Yeah.
why the fuck am I watching this?
If you want to watch, why the fuck are you watching this? Go watch Dragon Art Academy. It just, oh god, I couldn't even finish that anime.
Oh,
I do
I-
watch that actually.
I that's on my list, and I also actually need to finish watching DxD Heroes. It's just
Yeah.
his perversion is just now at a point where it's just,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I looking at? Why? Just
Oh, that
why? Fucking why?
What was great about that show? Even the characters are like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Although I have seen some fan fiction that is very well done. I've even read some that actually took the lore to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, for one, Volley, they turned Volley into a girl.
Oh god.
No. This is actually very well done, and they didn't just do it just for the sake of it. They actually made their entire own lore for it.
Good.
Like to add on to like the stuff from the show.
Yeah.
And it's so amazingly done.
Yeah, there was that one fan fiction I made. What was it called again? I can't.
Hang on.
Oh no, I remember now. The Valkyrie and the Vigilante. Yeah. Where we've made a couple of original characters. The Son of Thor and the Nemean Lion.
Yeah, and then the Nemean Lion actually came in the latest season of DxD. I was like, oh god damn it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, it's a sacred gear. It's it's one of the Longinus. It's the oh fuck, what is it? It's the hang on.
Okay, that's
Nemean. Hang on.
But we're still doing it.
Yeah. I mean, we
no. If you just put in a disclaimer at one point saying that you wrote it before this happened, so as an explanation, just put that in there at some point as an explanation, and that'll be fine. I've read things like that before.
Yeah.
Nemean Lion.
That story was received really well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sacred Gear. Regulus Nemea.
Yeah. I just looked it up myself too. Yeah, but I mean,
that guy.
Yeah, the Nemean Lion in DxD. Yeah, the Nemean Lion in my DxD fanfiction was killed by Hercules, if I remember correctly, historically or mythologically, and the main villain in this DxD fanfiction I've written are the Greeks, because they're the Greeks. They're just childish assholes in my opinion, and then it's just then there's the Son of Thor, who his mother was killed by Greek zombies, and then later on in the series he actually took on a whole army of Myrmidons, I believe they're called. Yeah, that was a fun scene to write. It was kind of inspired by Daredevil's stairway fight in season 2. My favorite part in that piece was where his name, I believe his name is John Olsen, if I remember correctly. John Olsen just kicked down one of those stone soldiers and just bashed his head with the door, kind of like what Daredevil did in season 2. I enjoyed writing that, but looking at it now, it was poorly written. But then again, it was past work, so. But,
I'm looking for this fan fiction I was thinking of, just on the.
Yeah.
So I'll still be speaking. I'm trying to figure out. It's been a while since I looked at it. I go through stages.
Yes.
With what I read in fan fiction. For a while, for the longest time, it was Ruby.
Of course.
Then, at some point, this is not entirely accurate. There's probably been a few that were in between, but then, for a long-ass time, it was High School DxD. Then I got into Fate Stay Night for a while, and various crossovers with it, including one that was really good that was Fate Stay Night Campione crossover.
Oh.
It's called,
But yeah,
and then now I'm currently on Naruto.
Yeah, but one of the things I was looking forward to in that fan fiction was having Artemis join Issei's harem.
Fuck.
Oh, that would have been hot.
Fuck. Actually, I've seen some very well written ones where he actually does end up with Artemis. Now, in some of these, in at least 2 of these, he met her as a child.
Oh, really?
And in quite a few of them, had been interacting with her since then. One of them, actually, he was brought in, he was actually brought in by another goddess. I don't remember who. It may have been Gaia, or it was some kind of nature deity. I'm not sure if it was Demeter, but it was some kind of nature or earth deity or goddess.
Yeah.
And basically she brought him to Artemis.
Yeah.
And she raised him from there. I think and then another one, he ends up with a sacred gear that is actually Typhon.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And and his parents are killed by Hercules. The new one, the asshole,
yes.
who I think gets killed by Typhon taking over slightly.
Yeah.
Or with help from Typhon.
Is Hercules in DxD now?
Yes.
Yeah. Any part of the Chinese group, any fighting with them.
Cow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the the Dynasty Warrior generals.
Yeah.
They're now represented in DxD in the latest season, and
Hercules, Jeanne d'Arc.
When they're gonna get Lubu?
Who knows?
As well as George Johann Faust, who just goes by George.
Yeah, I forgot about Faust.
Or Georg, in this case.
Who knows?
And then in another one, Issei is a very, 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 very old immortal.
Oh, great.
No, but he's not a pervert, for one. No. Bear in mind, he's been through literally hundreds of wars and has lived for thousands of years and predates some of the deities that you see portrayed in DxD. And has also actually kicked some of their asses, including Zeus and Odin.
Good to know.
Actually it was because of him that they stopped being such fucking assholes.
Wow.
And Zeus considered him a friend, and basically the descendant of Orion had kidnapped Artemis in this one at the beginning of the story, and had used Gleipnir, which was the ribbon chain thing that was used to it was the chain ribbon thing that was used to tie up Fenrir. Yeah. Or at least some recreation of it.
Yeah.
And basically at the same time he used it to partially steal her powers. And basically Zeus asked him to protect her for a while, and then they ended up falling in love, and then some other shit happened.
Yeah.
This is a very, very, very bare bones thing, but basically that was all consensual. But it was also very well written.
That's good to know.
Although it is long, it is really fucking long, and if you try and skim it, gets really fucking confusing really damn fast.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. I mean, actually, you know they're making a sequel to Breath of the Wild, did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like
Zelda?
Yeah, I saw the teaser trailer.
Yeah,
there's so many Zelda games I've never played. I've never played Majora's Mask.
Well, see, that's what I was about to say. They're going to take this sequel kind of the same direction they took Majora's Mask, as in it's part of the same world as the first Breath of the Wild, but it's going to be much darker.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not sure, it's up to speculation, but it looks like Demise is in it, or it's going to be Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Or Ganondorf.
But yeah, I mean, I saw the teaser trailer, and Link and Zelda, the Zelda cut her hair, looks good, and but yeah, it looks pretty promising. I still got to finish the first one, but just in case I don't finish it anytime soon, I already looked up the ending for Breath of the Wild, so I'm good.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Yeah, but
I mean,
still,
Breath of the Wild is great.
It is great. Yeah.
I mean, my God.
Oh hell yeah. And yeah, I mean,
I need to watch. I'm gonna watch the fucking playthrough from Achievement Hunter, or Let's Watch from Achievement Hunter that looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And part of it, I think Jeremy might be drunk during part of it.
Well, man,
probably.
let me tell you, if you ever want to watch some people playing some games, watch Team 4-Star, the guys that do Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah.
They have a whole gaming channel. They play through all the Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh,
so,
God.
of course, you know they can't not voice act while they're playing this game. And so, the very beginning of Kingdom Hearts, when Donald finds that Mickey's left and he's going to wake up Goofy, and he shocks him to wake him up. So, during that scene, they had Donald running in there, and he goes, Goofy, the peasants aren't oppressed. They're rising. He goes, well, what are we going to do, Donald? We're going to show them how small this world really is.
That is so fucking bad.
That is super bad.
That is so fucking bad. Oh, here's a good one. Imagine, if you will, if Eliasfield von Einsburn ended up as a fucking Campione.
What?
As a Campione?
Which is a...
Yeah, I'm lost.
Godslayer. You've never seen Campione?
No.
You should watch it. Basically, they're Godslayers, and they basically, in killing a god, they gain the aspect of that god's powers.
See, I saw a hentai like that, but you had to fuck him.
Oh, God.
Well, of course you did. It's a fucking hentai.
No shit.
I've seen Naruto fanfictions like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
And one of them was Mizuki's fiancée.
Oh.
Well, one
Tsubaki.
the one Naruto fan fiction I did read, and I haven't finished it, but it was actually really good. And it didn't get too perverted or anything. But they married Naruto to the Mizukage.
Oh.
And
who?
The Mizukage, the girl that leads the water village.
Mizukage.
Yeah.
Mei Terumi.
Yeah, but they married him off to her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very funny because he was like, I'm a Genin. How are you going to marry me to a Hokage? Oh, no, we're going to give you a Chunin level just so you can marry her. And then, like, they were talking about, like, how we need a chakra blade, and they gave him Zabuza's sword. And it was very interesting how they pulled it off.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name?
Hang on, I think I saw it pulled up.
Yeah, Zabuza's blade. Yeah, I remember him.
Kubikiri Vacho.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, but, it's let's see.
Or head chopping cleaver, I think, is what that translates to roughly.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's been an interesting day. It's been an interesting.
Then you've got Nuabari, which is the giant sewing needle sword.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, yeah, I never really could finish. I never could keep up with Naruto. It's just
oh no, most of this is because I'm reading so much fucking fan fiction from it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it! What the fuck was this? Was this fan fiction? It's so good. I need to find it, motherfucker.
It's called Mr. Mitsukage.
Mr. Mizukage?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, all in good time.
Fuck, what was it called? Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Was that the name of it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Devin. Fuck you. With a question mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Not
so
the
it's
fuck
more like
you, but,
Mr. Mizukage?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Rog?
Yeah, exactly.
Rog? Where?
Yeah.
Question mark as big as you got caught in fucking Metal Gear.
What?
Who knows?
Rog?
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good read. And I think there's like quite a few chapters. I'm not sure if it's done.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, there's
no, I'm just thinking about the one character I have who has atomic belches and nuclear farts.
Oh, Lord.
Sounds like a ripoff of Godzilla.
No, basically he belches and it's like a giant radioactive shockwave, like cone that shoots out of his mouth. Not like a cone, but it's like irradiated sound waves, if that makes sense. And basically, it just leaves everything a scorching, irradiated mess in its wake.
This is in your universe?
Yes.
All right, good.
And when he farts, you basically get an atom bomb. A very, very noxious atom bomb.
Yeah, that's
just minus the shockwave, but with a lot of radioactive, noxious gas.
That's gonna wake the neighbors.
And then I have at least one character who literally just farts and if you're unlucky, you'll keel over and die.
No, if we're lucky.
Yeah. Depending on it depends on your constitution.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, there was this
Lava egg, good for digestion. Do not question Uncle.
Yeah,
Jackie Chan Adventures was so fucking good.
It was good. Amen to that. Yeah. Very
Oh.
good show. Super good show.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh yeah. Actually, I actually found out a while ago that The Witcher 3 is going to be on the Switch now.
Is it?
Yeah, really. I mean, I didn't think they could do that. I mean, I wondered if they could, but now it's happening.
But man, let me tell you, as far as CD Projekt Red goes, like ever since I found out about like the Witcher series and how they kind of plagiarized Elric and Melda.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the storyline is original, but it'd be the equivalent of DC making a character called, like, we'll just say he's called the Cheetah, who has a healing factor and retractable claws in his hand and has a bad attitude and smokes cigars, but is a skinny blonde boy. Yes, it's still Wolverine, just looks differently. That's what Elric. That's what what's the name of the Witcher?
Geralt of
Rivia? Yeah, that's basically what Geralt is to Elric and Melda. Yeah. But as far as CG Projekt Red goes, this Cyberpunk 2077 has got me hyped as all hell.
Nice.
And oh my god, I am counting down the days till that game comes out.
That's good.
I want to play the tabletop of it, but I gotta get the books.
I bet, yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
But yeah, it's been E3 was pretty interesting.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah. Then there's Doom Eternal. I got.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so looking forward to that. I'm
Me too.
trying to
Oh, yeah.
find this
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
thing, but it's somewhere here. I know it's somewhere here. What? The fan fiction I was telling you about, where Volley is a girl.
Yeah.
Also, they do end up together.
Who's they?
Oh, of course.
Issei and Volley.
Oh, okay.
But like but like I said, it's very, very well
well
done,
written.
and with a lot of lore. And also, there are also an entire generation of current descendants of the original, of not just the 4, but all 7 of the devils that would represent the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, that's cool.
So not just Lucifer, Asmodeus, Beelzebub, and Leviathan, but also Belphegor, Satan, and there's 6 because because in this one, Satan actually died before he was turned into a devil.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's very well done, and I'm gonna try and find it so you guys can look at it yourselves. But it's definitely probably one of the best DxD fan fictions I have ever read.
Yeah, that reminds me of when.
And it's not overly etchy.
Yeah, when you this reminds me of that conversation we had a while at work, when Seraphol Leviathan met that big guy, that magical girl guy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "What would happen with those two men?" And you said they'd start a cult.
Yeah, like they would start a cult.
Yeah, and you're in the OC that's based on your character that based on the Namian line. He's like, and if her sister was there, he'd be like, "What happened to you?" Yeah, I really wanted to show that scene off, but the best I could come up with that I really wanted to see was when Ross Weissa and John were at the movie theaters, and Ross Weissa had to go to the bathroom, but she went into the men's room by mistake. That was a funny scene to write. I enjoyed writing that one, and it was like, and John was like had to figure out how to cause a distraction, and it was a funny moment to write. I will not lie. Oh yeah, and speaking of movies, if I may change subject for a moment, I've been doing some digging on Godzilla King of the Monsters, and apparently the movie cost about $17 million to make.
I thought it was more than that.
Oh no, but the good thing is I checked recently. Assuming these stats are accurate, the movie up until maybe a few days ago reached $34 million. So I think it's safe to say Godzilla King of the Monsters was not a smashing success, but a developing success as well.
Oh, absolutely. And we still got to get our Godzilla versus King Kong movie.
Oh, amen to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is it?
I invited a friend of mine to the next movie, but I don't think she'll be interested by then. So I'm really just no, it's fine. I'm fine. Her loss.
Damn straight.
Yep. Oh, and a heads up for those listening. Yuki Kaji, the voice actor for Attack on Titan's Eren Yeager, married what was her name again? But yeah, he got married recently to High School DxD's voice actor to Konako. So just heads up there.
Who also, and the guy voiced Issei as well.
Yes, exactly.
So
yeah.
basically, Issei didn't get his titties.
No.
Issei didn't get his boobies.
No, but then again, well, he's not really Issei. He's just the voice of Issei. So.
No, I know. I'm just saying, technically, in a sense, Issei didn't get his boobies.
Oh,
who cares?
Somewhere in the multiverse,
Yeah, but
Issei did not get his boobies.
yeah. I think I'm gonna stay in this universe though. Even if I did, who knows what would be different.
There was one weird thing that happened in that story, and that was the fact that apparently Issei was a kind of descendant of Amaterasu, and when that power awoke, he basically actually ended up with boobs.
Oh.
No, he's still a guy.
Yeah.
It's just he's a very effeminate guy to the point that he basically does have boobs.
That reminds me of this one short fan comic where the roles of Issei and Rias were swapped, not by gender bending, but by. So basically, no. Issei was the cool guy, and Rias was the pervert. It was a really funny. It was a really funny fan comic. It was
fun.
It was funny. Rias was like, oh, Issei.
Was she all about dicks though?
I have no
instead
idea.
of boobs?
I have no idea. Didn't really stress that, but she did have the sacred gear of Drake, so that's got to count for something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it was a funny comic. I liked it, and it's just it's all.
Damn it! It makes me think that they may have. I'm starting to think that maybe the person removed it and then restarted it because apparently, I think this is the person, Toka Yatogami, who is also the name of a character.
Yeah.
In I think it was. What was it?
I don't know.
Data Live, I think.
Who knows?
Uh.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, Data Live, but basically, apparently he restarted it again.
Oh,
But still, the guy is an amazing author.
that's good.
If I remember correctly, this is the person, but unfortunately it seems that they've restarted it, that they've started from scratch. But, oh well.
There's no problem with that. No problem with that.
If I was still using my old phone, I would still have it, because technically, so long as I never deleted it from my history, it would still be there. But since I started this one from scratch,
It's okay.
oh well.
Don't worry
But
about it.
still,
It's all good. But yeah, it's
they probably just ended up working themselves into a corner.
probably. I
That
mean-
happens sometimes.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, we never.
This,
never
see,
did
this
work.
this is an interesting thing. It's sometimes annoying, sometimes not. When the person abandons the story, they either leave it or remove it.
And then they're just.
Sometimes
back to
it's
the corner.
annoying either way. It just depends
Yeah.
on whether or not the story was actually good.
Yeah, I mean, my fan fictions didn't get a lot of reviews, but I'm not really complaining. I mean, my old fan fiction, Assassins from Yggdrasil or of Yggdrasil, that was one of my favorites to write, but it really just didn't. I really butchered Nikasa's character in that fan fiction. I'm not gonna lie, I hated the way I wrote her out. But then again, that's where AOD comes in now. I got her more badass than she was in the originals, so I'm happy. Because what?
I'm gonna make this full circle.
Go ahead.
I had just found it scrolling through my history. I have read some interesting ones where Issei ended up with Venom. Ended up getting Venom.
Getting Venom as a host?
Yes, like he is the host of Venom.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay.
Okay, good.
I was like, as in-
No, not that way.
I was about to say,
No.
as in you took him out to a fine Chinese dinner and then showed him
No,
the night
no,
you never forgot, or-
no.
Okay, all right.
Okay, good.
No,
Good.
that would very quickly devolve into tentacle porn up the ass.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
said Issei was a girl.
Yeah.
Which
And
I
even
have
still,
seen and
then,
have actually seen done well.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
Well, even still, it probably would end up with tentacles up the ass. I mean,
Exactly,
let's just be honest.
There is one.
let's be
Actually,
very
there's
honest.
one that's really well written where Issei is actually a dampire.
Vampire?
Dampire.
Oh, dampire.
Like Gasper.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And like it's a female Issei and she's a dampire.
Okay.
The ideas in fanfiction just run.
No. This one is actually very well written.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the ideas that,
And
that
actually,
people on fanfiction
it's
just run
actually
wild, you
and it
know?
actually deals a lot with the whole extinct pillars thing, because the main character is a half-blood devil between a member of the Bune clan
Yeah.
and a Kyubi no Kitsune,
Right. Yeah. It's just.
which is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I think it was his grandmother, who is still alive, married a kitsune,
Right.
and then their kid married somebody, I don't know who, but basically the main character is still technically a half blood.
Oh.
So he's like half devil, half kitsune.
Yeah.
I think it's called Nine-Tailed Bune Strikes Back.
Has anyone read any fan fictions based on unadapted novels?
Define unadapted novels.
In other words, not turned into a cartoon or a movie.
Can't say that I have.
No, not really. I think that's those are probably I'm sure they're there.
Yeah.
They're just very few and far between.
Oh yeah,
there are some. I will admit, I have looked into some franchises, and there are very few of them, especially in terms of crossovers. But you always have ones that people seem to latch onto. One of the ones for Naruto is Bleach. That's one of the biggest ones. Yeah. There seems to be about like 1,000 or so fan fiction crossovers between Naruto and Bleach. At least the ones that are actually listed as crossovers. Yeah. Which is really fucking annoying when they don't do that, and it's a fucking crossover.
Yeah.
Obviously!
Yeah. But yeah, I was just curious. I mean, can you imagine making a fan fiction on this book called Helldivers?
No, because I've never read it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm. It's on my list of books to read, so I couldn't tell you the first thing about it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course not. But still, I mean, I've been talking with the author Nicholas Sansbury Smith, and it's a really great book. Like,
just please, for the love of whatever deity you want to worship, don't turn it into 50 Shades of Grey, which was a Twilight fan fiction. What the fuck?
Okay, if that ever happens, I will bleach my eyes. I can promise you that.
Don't do it, man!
Never.
I sound slightly constipated.
You do. Anyway, all that matters is just, this is a really great book. Right. And, it's really great. I mean, it's just, this is a really great book. I just thought I'd give it a shout out before we close off this podcast.
Now I'm thinking of the fucking dildo bat from Saints Row the Third.
Okay, let's not go there.
It's a baseball bat with a giant fucking purple dick on it, and the end is so long that it actually flops around.
Wow.
Like a limp dick. And what's better is that apparently at one of the conventions that Rooster Teeth had gone to, I think it was Gus was going up the escalator. And the escalator was right next to the booth for Deep Silver or whoever it is that mainly does Saints Row. Yeah. And it was when Saints Row the Third was coming out, and the main guy and like the lead guy in there was walking around smacking the people around with the fucking dildo bat.
Oh God.
Not with the actual bat part, but just smacking them in the face with the floppy end.
Right.
And he just looked at it and was like, okay, I guess it has something to do with the game.
Yeah. Anyway,
the idea is just...
All right, we're going to close off this podcast now. We've had a good conversation.
On giant purple dildo.
Anyway, it was nice talking with you guys. We should definitely do this again. This has been fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It is interesting how I did manage to bring it full circle back to Venom.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you did.
But actually, some of them are well written. It's just they're very short, and some of them seem to be abandoned. But some of them I've read are very good.
Yeah.
And I hope they continue.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Until then, we will see you all next time.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.